This is like MTV Cribs, but MTV Roasters. So this is our San Franciscan SF10, which is a 5 kilo roaster.
Hey, all right, we're doing it. I'm headed over to Apothecary Coffee right now. And we're gonna go hang out with them for a little bit, maybe make some coffee, but more importantly, we're gonna be checking out their roasting process, which I am really excited about. These guys are the featured roaster of December.
Hi, I'm Garrett Hill from Apothecary Coffee Company. We're based here in Georgetown, Texas. I've been in the coffee industry since 2015, so this is coming up on 6 years in January. I don't know. That's I'm terrible with that. Man, so my first coffee experience was probably a little bit different than most people. Most people are like, oh wow, I had this natural Ethiopian espresso that tasted like blueberry, and I was like, whoa, coffee is more than I thought it was. My journey into coffee actually started out of community, or out of lack of community rather. We just didn't have a spot for community. We were like, where do we go to meet people? There's just not a hub here that we can get to know people. When I moved to Georgetown, I helped open 309 Coffee. Less than a year from being open, we were number 5 cafe in Austin, which was my dream from the very beginning, is like, let's go to a small town and make a name for ourselves in the big town. All right, who's ready for a tour? Let's start this way. We'll take you into the cupping lab. Here we have a library of coffee books, everything from buying coffee to brewing coffee to opening coffee shops. We've got it here. If you continue forward, you'll see our cupping table. We've got our grinder, some water kettles. We've got our sample roaster over here. We roast all of our samples on an Ikawa, which is super convenient. It's kind of a set it and forget it, walk away, so we're not spending hours in front of a small roaster just to try coffees. This connects to our phones and we set the profile and it does the job for us. If we continue even further, you'll see the production room. This is where we do all of our bagging. As soon as our coffee is roasted, we'll throw it in these large bins, and then we bag here with our scales. We've got a grinder for some customers who prefer pre-ground coffee. This way is the way to our green coffee room. So green storage is highly important. We want it to be humidity, climate controlled, so that our coffees can stay consistent throughout the year. And we've got pallets of Colombia, El Salvador, we've got Ethiopia's down this way, Costa Rica's. We've got a pretty wide variety of country representation here. So these are the fun parts, but here's where it gets really exciting. We'll take you into where the magic happens. This is like MTV Cribs, but MTV Roasters. So this is our San Franciscan SF10, which is a 5 kilo roaster. We're doing roughly 9-pound batches on it. But if you turn around, we just got a big brother, the Diedrich IR12. Recently got this up and running where we'll be able to do closer to 20-pound batches. So our days are about to get a lot shorter here. So first step when you're roasting coffee, this is a hopper. We pour that green coffee that we saw in the other room. We'll take about 9 pounds of that, throw it in top of the hopper, pull this lever, and it falls into the drum, which is rotating like a giant dryer. This is a trier where you can pull it out. You can see how your coffee is doing during the roasting process. So you're not just logging data on a screen, you're actually able to see and smell that coffee. And you look for different characteristics as the coffee goes through the roasting cycle. When all that's said and done, an average batch on this machine takes about 11 to 12 minutes. We release the coffee down into the cooling bin where a giant fan pulls room temperature air down through the coffee to rapidly cool it, while we have little arms in there that spin around and agitate the coffee as it's cooling. Then we send it into a barrel and into the production room. This coffee was really exciting. It's a woman-owned farm, and she's doing some, she's not afraid to take risks, and so she's doing some pretty adventurous stuff with different processes, different farming techniques, just playing around with different varietals, which is why this coffee doesn't necessarily taste like this blueberry, bright, acidic cup of coffee that you typically think of when you have an Ethiopian coffee. This one has a lot of really delicate flavors. It's got a lot of really high scoring qualities. It's got a phosphoric acidity where on the cupping table you kind of has this tingly effervescence to it, which I put white grape on the tasting notes, but really it's kind of this dry champagne sensation that you get when you're tasting this coffee. Thank you guys for sticking around through the tour of our roastery. We hope you enjoy your coffee subscription this month from Apothecary. If you did enjoy it and you'd like to order something else, you can come to our website, www.apothecary.coffee. Use the code Tezpresso20 to get 20% off of your entire order. Thanks again for stopping by, and have a great holiday season.